What's up, guys? Welcome to Mgtow Mafia. More life lessons, hard-hitting, thoughtful, just questions about life you should be thinking about. Now, this one's kind of directed at the young guys in their teens and 20s and 30s, but it can be for anybody, even guys older like me. Make a habit of listening and talking to older people than you. I remember as a kid, I was riding my bike, and me and my buddy just riding, and there was the old guy. He had to be about 90. And of course, being young kids, he gave us candy, and we talked to him and chit-chatted, and boy, thank you, God, if you believe in God, for just saying, I learned a lot from that old guy. Just the way he views life, the old ways. If you're mature enough to ask questions and talk to them, you can just be just awe of what comes out of their mouth, because they've done everything that you've done. They've seen more in different ways. You can always learn from an older person. And I know the young guys might not have the patience for it. I understand that. But if you can mature for a little bit, he might tell you something, and then 10 years later, it might hit you, and you might not have any use for it until that time, and all of a sudden it's going to go click and go, the old guy said something about this. That's what he meant. And boom, the light bulb goes off. Just because people tell you stuff, take a second, listen. You might not be able to use it in life right away. It's in the back of the mind, and you might be able to use it years later if you remember. That's a good reason to stay off the alcohol, too heavy, stay off the drugs, because you don't want to fry your brain. I've seen that too. But start talking to the old people. You don't have to listen to me. I'm just talking about gaining wisdom, because they have a lot to teach us, and it's nice. You make a new friend. And boy, after he passed away, I missed him. Me and my buddy just driving by, and I think his name was Fred. He used to stop and just talk to Fred. He sat in the chair and just watched the traffic go by and kind of just pick his brain. Go, what does a 90-year-old guy have to tell these young teens if we're willing to listen, and what can we learn? Some of that stuff can be very fascinating. Even now, at 56, if there's a decent person that I respect or want to listen to, it's not too crazy, I love talking to the old people. 80s, 90s, the older the better, really. As long as they're got their faculty and stuff. Because there's so much, the older people, there's so much that they can just ask them. Ask them something crazy like, what was it like when you were 5 years old? That kind of question. And trust me, it will go from there to there to there, and pretty soon 2 hours will go by, and you're going to just be floored in some of the stuff that they can share, and that kind of different stuff, that life is so different that you might not realize. That's how I gained a lot of my wisdom, listening to the old folks. Too bad they're not around too much. It's nice. They need to be a little longer in life. All right, guys, that's enough of me. Thanks for watching. Stay strong.